Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Michigan State versus the Michigan Wolverines, and this is the battle for the Paul Bunyan Trophy. It's a rivalry game, and these things are probably the most important thing for at least a Michigan fan in all of college football. Like, the rivalry games are just so important, and the fact that we were able to come out and win this was honestly just so fun to see. And honestly, Michigan, like somebody tweeted out, Michigan football is fun to watch again, and he's not wrong. Honestly, this game was just fun to watch. So many different things happened, so many different things that I want to talk about. So we're gonna hop into this, and just a little reminder, make sure you guys like and subscribe, throw the notification bell so you guys are up to date with everything here on the channel. Gonna be doing a lot more reaction content for Michigan and just for everything that is happening this season. And without further ado, let's hop into it.
2nd and 7 for Michigan State. Childs sets up the screen. Carter around the blockers. He's got the sideline. Carter inside Wolverine territory. Childs with an option. Throws incomplete. Almost intercepted in that end zone.
Honestly, shouts out to the Michigan defense for holding it down in the red zone. Honestly, this was crazy to watch because I'm like, they were literally running down our throats throughout the first drive. And I'm like, what is going on? So the fact that the Michigan defense was able to hold up in the red zone, and eventually only hold them to 3, or actually hold them to 0 because they ended up missing the field goal after this. This was honestly amazing. Like, shout out to the Michigan defense, especially like the front 7 for holding it down, and for I think number 28 for stopping that touchdown pass, because literally Childs fit the ball in there perfectly. And the fact that number 28 was able to Johnson was able to knock it out, that was literally like the play of the game. Because honestly, if they would have scored right here, we probably would have been looking at a different game. But the fact that the Michigan defense was able to hold it down in the red zone, honestly, that was good. That was really good. Love seeing that.
Win the game. Offense number 2. Have the opportunity still. 4 points.
0.
Kim missed.
You hooked it.
Over 8 minutes worth of a drive for Michigan State, and the Wolverines hold them to nothing. Handoff, Carter, big room, Carter splitting the defense near the 10-yard line. Another big run for Nate Carter. It's the right.
Honestly, during this game, the one thing that I will say about Michigan State is that they were really good on 3rd down, and they were really good at running the ball. Honestly, the first half was just absolutely ludicrous how good they were at running the ball. And the fact that they got so many big plays because their O-line and their running back was able to, you know, just make so many things happen because they were really good at running the ball. They're really good at running the ball, and if it wasn't for some of those tackles that stopped him from scoring, this could have been a completely different game. So while the Michigan defense definitely needs to work on stopping the run and holding them when they're not close to the goal line, they definitely played good when it came to running the ball. They were really good at running the ball and even passing it in certain situations. And the one thing that I think the Michigan defense needs to work on is the 3rd down. Because there are so many times where we're on 3rd down and they're like 3rd down and like 13, 3rd down and 15, 3rd down and long, and they should be able to just get off the field, but they can't for some reason. And so we have to stop that because it's allowing teams to just be able to get into these crazy deficit situations and then being able to get them out of it just off of one play. Like, we did all of that just for them to get a 1st down, and now we're tired. So we just have to be better at getting off the field on 3rd down and stopping the run, honestly, with Michigan State. But yeah,
right guard, right tackle, even the center, Tanner Miller, Brandon Baldwin, Ashton Lefo, those guys created a.
Childs hands it off. Carter got at least a 1st down, and he's got a touchdown to boot. Michigan State strikes first.
Knock. Eventually kicked down the door, man. Michigan's defense did everything they could, and you see number 5 right there just...
And honestly, that's the one thing that I will say. Just in terms of this drive specifically, Michigan literally held up for all 4 downs, and eventually they were able to get it in. I think that, I mean, they were put in 2 positions where they both could have scored on 4th down, and this time they did. So I'm happy that they were able to stop them from scoring the first time. But I mean, it was inevitably going to happen where they were going to end up finding the end zone one way or another, whether it was a pass, or whether it was a run. So I think that the fact that we still held them up to at least just 6 when it could have been 14 or 17 or whatever the score could have been was honestly just a good from Michigan. Like they held as much as they could. Like it's only going to be a certain amount of time that you can kind of hold them up until you get tired and until collapse. So shout out to the Michigan defense for holding it down in the red zone as much as they did during the first quarter.
Works through just a little bit at the end, but when I think of the best Michigan State football teams with Mark D'Antonio, they weren't shy, they weren't nice.
Time to pass. Warren cross the middle, catch.
Give him someone to throw to.
Going quick to the outside.
Oh my gosh.
Made a man miss. Peyton O'Leary down. Maybe. Toss to the outside. That's Edwards.
Bang.
Wide open.
Season.
Touchdown, Loveland.
That's a touchdown. Give it here. Tie game, baby. Tie game. Let's get it.
Just a couple of seconds went by. Childs. Pursuit from the backside.
Nice.
Down he goes. Ball is out. Michigan's got it.
This is what Josiah Stewart does. Working one-on-one here.
And I'm telling you, honestly, I am so happy that Josiah Stewart was able to bring pressure to Michigan State's quarterback, because literally this right here set us up to be in good field position. And shout out to Kenneth Grant for getting to the ball. Honestly, and for kind of making up for the mistake that he had during the USC game, because he literally had a fumble recovery and then fumbled the ball again. So the fact that he was able to get to the football and secure it and make sure that we were in good field position, honestly, I mean, Josiah Stewart, literally the story of, honestly, the game, because the D-line was literally holding it down, honestly, in the trenches when it came to some of these key moments as to the reason why we won some of these, or the reason why we won this game was because of the D-line, honestly. Whether it was Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, or Josiah Stewart, they were all putting pressure on Childs, and they were causing him to, get distressed or even, fumble the ball. Like, I don't think this was his only fumble. I think he had another one later in the game. We'll see. But yeah, that right there, shout out to Josiah Stewart, man. He was having himself a game.
Here, watch him, number 0. He beats the left tackle, Ramil. And for Childs, again, he's a young quarterback. Have to know situationally that clock has to go off in your head, understanding who Michigan is as a defense.
2 timeouts, everything is in play. Davis Warren slings to the outside. Edwards.
Nice.
Wide open greenery, out of bounds.
No.
6 seconds on
flag,
the clock,
honestly.
in the red zone.
And Donovan wants a flag. He thought he got hit late, but
That should have been
kick
a flag,
blocked last week to Dominic Zavada. Kick is up. Kick is good.
Yes, sir. Let's
Right
get it,
down
baby.
the middle. 2 seconds to go.
so important to win. So this team feels confident that they can compete with those teams down the back stretch of the schedule.
Alex Orji's in the ball game. He's got the edge.
One.
He's got the size. Alex Orji into Spartan territory.
Let's
Good
go.
job by Orji as a runner. Watch him press this hole initially as he's following Giovanni Al-Hadi, his guard that gets
And he
pulled
got
around.
out of
And
there. That is
there's
a
Khalil
good run out of-
Mullins, the running back, all the way out at the edge, helping get that extra 10, 15 yards down the field. This is what we saw Orji do last year, even with J.J. McCarthy as the starter. They would use him in these types of packages.
Honestly, they should keep doing this. Like, honestly, this is the recipe for success that they had when they beat, or in 2021. Literally, they would have Cade McNamara throwing the ball, and then they would have J.J. McCarthy come in there throwing maybe a couple, like 1 or 2 passes, but then they would have him run because he was so athletic. And I think that we have an opportunity to have that again, as long as Alex Orji gets the chance to run the ball. because he is a really good runner, and a lot of teams are going to be scared trying to tackle. I think he's 6'3", 6'4". I'm not sure, but I know he's a monster, and he literally is like one of the beefiest dudes on the Michigan roster, and he should be able to run the ball and truck through people to get us the yards that we need. Literally, like we should continue to utilize him for what he is good for, and that's running the ball. And he can even throw the ball when you get him into like these close field situations. So he's not just good for running, but he's also good for throwing. But I think that his strength really lies in the run. His strength really lies in the run, and I wish he was able to throw a lot better and to even get through the reads a lot better, because literally he would just be an absolute monster for the Michigan team. But they should continue to utilize him for the runs. He literally provides so much opportunity in space, and if the O-line blocks correctly, then stuff like this will continue to help us. Stuff like this will continue to allow us to even fake out the defense, because if they see him coming and then you just send someone on like a deep route, he could literally heave the ball downfield. He can throw the ball, but his accuracy and placement, that's another thing. But yeah, literally this right here is definitely something that we should continue to do.
First play of over 20 yards in the game for Michigan. Here's a flea flicker. Warren to the corner. Caught.
Nice
It wasn't
pass.
wide open. Michigan State actually defended this pretty well. You used the flea flicker to give him a clean pocket, but look at that. He's dropping that over the linebacker and underneath the safety, dropping that over Ed Woods and underneath Malik Spencer, number 44. Watch him come in motion.
Orji keeps. Orji in. Touchdown.
Let's get it. Let's get it, baby.
First rushing score of the year for Alex Orji. Put Klein in motion. Warren to throw it.
Nice pass. Nice pass.
Catch made. Kendrick Bell.
About a must-win game. He's shown up big for the Wolverines.
Edwards gets a toss. He's passing it. Touchdown. Colston leveled his second of the game.
It's a great runner. They're going to.
Honestly, the one thing that I really want to say is I said this about Davis Warren, despite his shortcomings as a passer and despite the mistakes, I still saw flashes of the type of quarterback that J.J. McCarthy used to be in Davis Warren. Like he literally has the ability to make those types of close window passes that probably get you like, oh no, but then he actually makes the pass. Literally, he makes a pass. And so I think that Davis Warren definitely has a very high ceiling when it comes to just the passer that he can be. And I still wanted to at least see what type of quarterback Alex Orji was before I made my final decision about who I thought should have been the quarterback. But I think that this just goes to show, even before Donovan Edwards threw the ball to Colston Loveland, which honestly was like the highlight of the game. Just it reminded me of that one pass to Donovan Edwards to Roman Wilson in the Big Ten championship. But yeah, literally Davis Warren literally has the ability to lead this Michigan team as long as he is developed in the right way. As long as he is able to continue to grow and to continue to mature as a quarterback, he will be a deadly quarterback. He will be a deadly quarterback, honestly, with the way that he passes the ball. And he's able to get through his progressions. And the fact that Sharon Moore said that he was practicing really good this week just gives me a lot of hope for his growth and how well he can play against some of these bigger time opponents. Like I really want to see him succeed just as the quarterback. And yeah, honestly, he has made such a difference in this game just with his ability to not only just throw it to Colston Loveland, but to everybody, to spread it out, because now the defense has to worry about everybody and not just one person. You see what I mean? So shout out to Davis Warren for having an awesome game.
Toss it to him, and Colston's going to come down to block.
Honestly, it was kind of inevitable for Michigan State to score because they were actually driving the football down the field really well against our defense. And I think this was just like exhaustion at the end of the game. You know, we couldn't rely on like reserves and people to come in to still make that same amount of pressure and put in that same amount of like drive against offenses. So I think there's just, end up getting tired and let these small things happen. Because honestly, Michigan State didn't really throw the ball that much in like the first couple of quarters. Even in like the third quarter, they started throwing the ball like really kind of late. They didn't rely on their passing game heavily at all. And it's the fact that they were able to pass successfully against us and we didn't stop it, and run successfully against us that we didn't stop it. So this was just going to be an inevitable thing. Honestly, this Michigan State team is definitely good. But I mean, it was just inevitable, honestly.
We've seen this each of the last few years.
It's a fight, but it's a fight between the whistles.
Get out of here. Honestly, when you watch it, the dude shoved Colston Loveland's face, and that's why Colston like did that to his helmet. So honestly, I personally don't care. Like, this is rivalry. Like, this is what you should expect when you got two teams who are bitter rivals. Honestly, bitter rivals. This is gonna happen, and this is rivalry. Honestly, this is a rivalry game. This is for a trophy. This is for bragging rights throughout the entire state for the rest of the year. And yeah, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. This is rivalry. This is college football. This is college football. Like, I feel like we're missing so many of these rivalry moments that we just really don't have these types of things anymore, where it's like a rivalry, where this is like, yeah, I don't like you. You don't like me. We going to get on the field. We going to hash this out. And like Colston Loveland said after the game, if they want to get busy, they going to get busy. You see what I mean? So honestly, it is what it is. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. And hey, Lil Sis lost. I don't know what to tell you. Lil Sis got beat. Lil Sis got beat. So yeah, happy for Michigan to be able to win this. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.